Rappers are known for their insane rises and falls, but these days it seems like there's a new rapper that pops up every week.
Nah. Alright, what are we doing? This is rappers nowadays, my boy?
Rappers are known for their insane rises and falls, but these...
What is this? And this is the clone one, I'm pretty sure, right? This is the clone nigga. Mickey Mouse t-shirt. My Jesus.
Days, it seems like there's a new rapper that pops up every week. And some of the most explosive of these rappers are meme rappers. Meme rappers are rappers that blow up because of their memes, not because their music is good. And they tend to fall faster than anyone. Over the past 5 years or so in the internet era of rap...
Let's just be honest. This was one of those guys where I thought he would be a recognizable name. I mean, different name, different everything, but then made one song and just dipped, my boy. My boy just... dipped.
Many meme rappers have risen to the top of the internet and made some serious waves in rap, only to fall off. But why does this always happen, and why were they not able to enjoy long careers? Well, that's what we'll be answering today. My name is Shoutout To, and this is Meme Rappers Who Fell Off. The first meme rapper who fell off is none other than Ugly God. Back in 2017, everybody loved Ugly God and his music. He was funny, his music was catchy, and overall, he was just a cool guy. But let's take it back to where it all started. Ugly God grew up in Houston, Texas, and always had a passion for music, beginning to rap in middle school. His first song to give him some traction was I Meet, which went semi-viral and put him on the map, but that didn't blow him up.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, I remember this dude, like, it was to the point where, like, you hear him everywhere, like, they even made beats over this nigga shit. Like, that's how you knew we thought there was something, but there really wasn't at all. It's actually crazy.
In 2017, he dropped Water. Water wasn't just a meme song. It was huge and catapulted him to internet fame, and in the process, made him a household name in rap. At the time, meme rap was really new, so people really thought Ugly God could go the full 8 yards and go mainstream off of Water. On top of that, Ugly God was exceptional at marketing himself. He used to put lizards on his nose, and it would make fans go crazy. That year, Ugly God was featured on the XXL freshman list, and in October, he signed a deal with Asylum Records for close to $1 million. He was going crazy, performing at huge festivals, selling out shows, and getting features from other big rappers.
The only bad thing is the boy actually like had offers to go play football. Like Blueface had good offers to go to school, play football, and then him also too. All of a sudden, Blueface is the one that's still relevant, and then this nigga is like, it's kind of crazy. Like he should have just went for the football route, to be honest. It was better if he just, you know, put them cleats on and help him and just start just doing his thing, to be honest.
Living his best life. And at his peak, he even moved in with Rice Gum, FaZe Banks, Alyssa Violet, and the infamous Clout Gang in their clout house. So it's safe to say things were going pretty good for Ugly God. But in rap and in entertainment in general, there's a saying that you're only as good as your last piece of work. And Ugly God would only be able to ride the success of Water through 2017. After that, he had to come out with another hit, or he would begin to decline. But like anyone, Ugly God began cooking up his next move. He decided to drop a diss track called F Ugly God and tried a number of tactics to get another hit, followed by his debut album. In the middle of the year, Ugly God dropped The Booty Tape, landing number 27 on Billboard and had a Wiz Khalifa feature. But despite the mild success, it wasn't the type of success he had received with Water. A huge blunder of his with The Booty Tape was fumbling a Ski Mask and XXXTentacion feature. This would have been a huge moment for him.
Ski Mask, the Slump God, was supposed to be on The Booty Tape.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
I guess label issues, clearing issues. Him and X were on the song, and
The Booty Tape had no hits, and these features would have guaranteed a hit, even a classic. But Ugly God got into beef with X.
What exactly happened with you and XXXTentacion? Because I mean, I'm looking. We did an article about you.
Oh my goodness, Vlad, bro, get this rat off my screen. I don't want to hear this nigga. Like, I don't even hate him. I actually don't even hate him. Like, he actually had some people that he brought on that he was able to lock them niggas up by them just talking their own life away. Like, to be honest, he was catching niggas slipping hella, but it's just like, Vlad, you can go to hell.
Me, bro. Everybody tell me you finna summon a demon. I don't believe you can, but if you can, do. We got into about some shit, and then, you know, he was a real emotional kid, but me and him really just kind of went back and forth, and I was just like kind of picking at him.
So he never dropped the version with Ski, and X didn't record his verse. And to add to that, nothing else Ugly God tried working.
So you shit on him because he was an emo
would
nigga.
Ugly God ever overcome Water, or would he remain a one-hit wonder? But The Booty Tape flopping wasn't the end of the world. Anyone could come back from a minor.
What's that fat ass nigga name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's that nigga name? Zion. That's what that nigga
flop after having such a major hit like Ugly God.
Good.
However, to the surprise of everyone, Ugly God didn't try to make a comeback. Instead, he decided to go on hiatus. The following year, in 2018, Ugly God stepped back into the shadows. Prior to that, he was super active on the internet, constantly checking in with fans, dropping music, doing interviews, but all of a sudden, he became very reserved. The only time he was seen was his feature on Lil Gotti's album, and fans weren't sure why. On the XXL list,
5 years
Ugly
ago.
God was featured alongside artists like Playboi Carti, XXXTentacion, PNB Rock, and A Boogie, artists that would all go on to become massively successful in the coming years. So why did Ugly God's career turn out any different? Well, one of the main reasons why Ugly God fell off so fast was because he was really young and didn't know how to handle all the fame.
My fan base.
I just realized my mattress is gone, and I just feel like y'all gonna say some shit. Like, before y'all even have any thoughts in your head, shut the fuck up. Like, nigga, I bet you don't even have a mattress, nigga. The fuck? Watch me then, nigga.
Base was growing so like steadily and organically. And then like just looking at my numbers, which I fucking hate going by numbers, but sometimes it matters. And like going by numbers and like as far as my followers and like my analytics and stuff, as soon as XXL happened, that shot the fuck up.
I bet.
And it was I feel like I didn't get my core fan base where I wanted it to before, you know, that.
So to him, he felt like he was growing too fast, too soon, which stunted his career. And all this stress would cause Ugly God to fall into depression. It turned out Ugly God was clinically depressed. It was a combination of fame coming at him too fast and personal issues in his life, and he'd speak on it himself saying, "I was super depressed for a whole year and no one even noticed, but it's okay. I shouldn't expect y'all to care about my personal life. I'm here just to be a good friend and deliver good music to y'all. Love y'all." The worst part was Ugly God felt like he couldn't come out and speak about his depression because at the time it was a trend to be depressed, or seen as one.
Okay, because you talked about in the past year you were going through some depression and so forth.
He was already shitting on X for being emotional, so he gotta stand on business. That's all he was doing. He was just standing on business. That's all. He was just
And you
standing
also
on
talked
business.
about how depression and mental illness has sort of become a catchphrase and something that everyone sort of likes to use.
So it's got kind of corny. So when I was going through it was super personal, but when I was going through it was around the same time becoming depressed and like just being fake depressed.
It's okay, my nigga. I'll let you skip on this. You know, I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
Like that shit is actually like an aesthetic and like a wave now for it to not even be depressed, and then they acting fucking depressed and shit all on Instagram when they're really not.
So he didn't want to be seen as a fake clout chaser, so he bottled it up and dealt with it like a man. Another big issue with Ugly God's music early on, and something that negatively affected his career, was being labeled as a mumble rapper on top of the meme rap label, which made it hard for the average rap fan to take him and his music seriously. And when Ugly God realized this, he had the equivalent of a midlife crisis for a meme rapper. And in an interview, he said, "While my joke around songs are fun to make and turn up to, I'm creating no substance or mark." So he realized none of his music had any meaning and felt like he needed to step it up. Which
This nigga started trying to start writing shit, taking serious, bro. Nah, bro, you're not J. Cole, you're not Kendrick, you're not all that. It's okay, my nigga. It's all good, bro. The nigga Blueface don't even still make his music. You didn't have to listen to them niggas.
created high expectations for himself, which he couldn't satisfy, and resulted in him not dropping music because he didn't feel it was up to par for his new standards. A very
my nigga,
vicious
you're not J.
cycle.
Cole. It's
To
okay.
add to the trouble of that year, Ugly God had put up all the songs that didn't make it to the album in a folder and uploaded it to Dropbox. He then accidentally, I don't even know how you do this, emailed it to a fan who said if he didn't pay him, he would leak 100+ songs, which Ugly God was not going to pay for. And what would you know? Most of them leaked. And to top the year off, his Instagram was taken down after he posted conspiracies on his page. But the worst part was Bumps and Bruises. His highly anticipated tape just kept getting delayed, and when it finally dropped, it no longer was highly anticipated. The hype had disappeared. In the album were songs like Hello with Lil Pump and Lost in the Sauce, which were cool, but not new or meaningful like he expressed he'd like his music to be. And he didn't get very much exposure either. It peaked at number 46 on Billboard and sold 14,000 in the first week, which is okay, but a flop for his size. And afterwards, he went radio silent. And with the memes taken away from his musicality, fans were not happy. To them, he was just a basic SoundCloud rapper now, with nothing special to add to the table. And to me, this was Ugly God's biggest mistake, because he failed to understand that his humor and memeability was actually what made him him, and what fans loved so much. When he got rid of that, his music became dull, and there was nothing special about it.
You don't have to be
Bumps and
serious.
Bruises flopped, Ugly Ugly God took it hard. This time, he ghosted everyone on social media, only tweeting twice and making one Instagram post in the years afterward. The most attention he got was something he didn't even want attention for. It was when he got arrested after an altercation in front of a hospital.
I wouldn't let a little nigga try to cuff me, bro. You should let that nigga did at best. Now you look crazy. Now you look like you bitch made. I'm joking. Let me stop, bro. I'm tired. Stop
And
it.
afterwards,
Don't pause no more. Don't pause no more.
But in 2021, he had picked up his internet presence once again. By then, his sound had evolved too, and he was no longer the meme rapper rapping about the childish things he was rapping about before.
That
He
made
was
him
making the
famous.
attempt to be more mature. Furthermore, Ugly God had also made it clear he was not trying to be in the spotlight. His YouTube bio wrote, "Been too busy enjoying myself because I never had shit." He also explained that he wanted to live his life privately, by himself, and keeping to himself. Later that year, he also revealed he had a child, and that child was his #1 priority. And the only reason he was still doing music was because providing for that child was just as important. In that interview, he said that he was playing basketball, fishing, spending time with his kids, and just living life. And even though he's lost hundreds of thousands of followers, he was fine with that. But at the end of 2021, Ugly God had had it with the falling off allegations and decided he'd show everyone that he was still making money and doing more than fine. So he posted this screenshot saying, "Haven't even dropped a single track on any streaming platform since August 2019. My supporters really have my back." 25 million streams on Spotify is roughly $100,000 if you calculate it. And if you count Apple Music, YouTube, and other platforms in streaming, it was clear his income was still in the hundreds of thousands, so good for him. This explains why Ugly God said it didn't matter if he dropped new music or not.
Shit, nigga, you ain't dropping the minute.
Imagine I don't drop music for a whole nother year, bro. That hurt nobody, bro. Come on, bro.
I mean, he's right, but like I said before, it will come to an end. I mean, if you never watched the interview of what's that nigga name, Fetty Wap, my boy. It's nice until you start going like chilling, and then when that money start coming in, yo ass ain't finna be chilling no more. Yo ass gonna be coming back like, yeah, baby. I'm telling you, when that money runs out, boy, you gonna be right on that ox, my boy.
Like,
Best believe it.
But I'm just joking.
Because he was no longer popular. His new music couldn't compete numbers wise with his old music. So even if he dropped some new music, his old music would still outstream it. A very weird but fortunate scenario to be in. Later that year in 2021, he made an excuse for why he didn't drop, pointing fingers.
Shit just like high school, you feel me, bro? Be around, who the coolest niggas, who the hottest, who around, who all the fans. Y'all know that's just not
that boy.
Which is the opposite of hate the game, not the player. Who's the player or rapper in this case? Ugly God hating the game, which he had to abide to.
If this was a bigger show and there was more cameras there,
Hating the game.
this alone, and it's not even what he's doing is wrong. It's just there's a lot of things that the narrative that can be flipped so quick. Like she can instantly just get this nigga packed up just by him. She just doing this. Y'all don't understand unless y'all seen it before. It's crazy, bro.
To abide to.
Y'all gotta stay smart.
In 2023,
niggas.
Ugly God randomly dropped a 2-track EP. One of the songs even featured Lil Yachty, but Yachty and his label took it down. After the incident, Ugly God was furious and took to Twitter saying, "Yachty's song got took down." But y'all know how this industry stuff goes. I'm not blaming him for actually reporting it myself, but it wasn't an automatic takedown, and it indeed got reported directly from the label. I'm independent. So this was Ugly God saying that Yachty's record label took it down because Ugly God was independent. On top of all of that, he had gotten into legal trouble as well, which was the reason he dropped on SoundCloud and not other streaming platforms. It came out that Ugly God's name, Ugly God, was copyrighted by his old manager, so he didn't own the rights to his own name, and it was being held hostage by his ex-manager, which is why he was forced to drop the 2-pack on SoundCloud, which was then taken down by Lil Yachty. So Ugly God was pretty frustrated. And since then, fans have been saying he's been falling off, writing things like, "Anyone know what happened to Ugly God?" and getting responses like, "He fell off." This was a stark contrast from the articles that were being written on Ugly God in the years prior, like how Ugly God took over the internet. So it was clear the narrative had changed and Ugly God was nowhere near as close as big as he once was. But none of this was actually the end of Ugly God's career. The real nail in the coffin, no pun intended, was when Ugly God was responsible for someone else's life.
So rapper Ugly God is being officially accused of and his best friend's father. In the police report, he is listed as an official suspect. Man, what the I haven't heard this man's name in years, and this is the first thing I see. I wanted him to drop music, not a body.
On June 29, 2023, police reports came out saying somebody went to heaven in Orange Grove, Mississippi. The man was 50 years old. Police responded to the call with the victim slumped in his car and arrested the suspect without any issues. But a little later, news began circulating that Ugly God was responsible for it, and the victim was his best friend's dad. The alleged police report even named Ugly God's government name.
For a whole murder. Like, so y'all saw those 2 girls dead on them, right? I'm just saying, narratives can change. With you around somebody or you not even around somebody. Like, bro, like,
prior to this, it seemed like Ugly God was cool with his best friend's dad. There were pictures of them together for years and years. And apparently Ugly God's mom was living with his best friend's dad and wife for 2 years. So the whole situation was very confusing. After the situation went down, Ugly God claimed it was self-defense and the victim had threatened his mother. But according to the witnesses, Ugly God and his friends lured the victim, his best friend's dad, back to his house saying his son was in danger, apparently bragging about it. And as the victim was riding away, completely blindsided him by the attack. Afterwards, Ugly God got on live to say he was mad no one had his back.
To come on here and for nobody to defend me, it's like,
boy, no one still is defending you. You only got 66 views. You think people going to... No, I don't think out of all them 66 viewers, and even them, they probably don't even want to defend you, my boy.
And then feeling like everything.
Made a tweet saying, "A lot can happen in a year. Hashtag don't believe the hype." Posted up with a bankroll.
Wow,
and
that's
then,
crazy.
in classic Ugly God fashion, disappeared. But the evidence was pretty clear. To most fans, this was the first time they heard Ugly God since Water, so to them, it was a wild crash out story. And it's safe to say that today, Ugly God's chance of making a comeback is very, very slim. He threw away his rap career over some pretty serious charges, and while he did have a chance, never really grabbed the opportunity. And today, Ugly God is just a one-hit wonder.
It's okay.
The thing is, once you go viral for memes, you have to stay that way to maintain your success. Ugly God wasn't an exception. He no longer was that high school kid. He was a grown man, and wasn't able to continue the meme persona, so he fell off. The next meme rapper who fell off is none other than the 2021 sensation Mario Judah. Back in 2020, Mario Judah took the internet by storm through his viral snippets and just the crazy way he acted. But what set Mario Judah apart was Mario had talent. He was someone who...
Y'all can't lie, this nigga was hard. Y'all, it's not even... He had not only we was jumping up into his music, but even the white folks. And subliminally, there was a song that white people could dance to, and they wouldn't be really mad at. They'll be confused. They'll be like, they have to look at they have to look at us first before they start hopping in there. But for the most part, it was good music.
Put in the 10,000 hours and seemed like he was willing to put in the effort to market himself too. Today, Mario Judah has lost hundreds of thousands of followers and his only activity is random songs he's forced to post by his streaming. But at one point, Mario was the most viral artist pop out of a specific corner of internet in a long time, and someone who fans were genuinely excited for and waiting for to drop. So if he had everything in the palm of his hands, what happened and how did he fall off? Well, let's take it back to October of 2020, when Mario had the internet in a chokehold. Twitter and TikTok had taken his music to the next level, and he was even charting on streaming services. But that didn't happen overnight.
Bro, speaking of a chokehold, boy had literally Playboy Cardi on a choker. That boy had him on a leash. That boy made him literally drop his whole lot of... Like, he wasn't the main reason, but he was definitely a very small... Because once he disappeared, a month later, he dropped the whole lot of red. So I'm just letting you know.
Mario Judah originally started out as a producer from Atlanta and didn't even want to become a rapper.
Making beats and being a producer only. And that's all I ever really wanted to do, was just be that.
Only starting to rap months before everything took off. In the summer of 2020, Mario Judah dropped his song Die Very Rough on SoundCloud. A videographer found the song and shot a video for the song to help Mario out. That videographer was J-Law, the same guy who discovered Lil Skies. J-Law eventually let Mario sleep in his office and they inked a management deal. J-Law would earn 25% of Mario Judah's earnings, but Mario literally only had a couple hundred followers, so...
I'm not gonna lie, that's a fucking lie, bro. Just because he let you sleep in his office, I still don't think that was ever... That's a lot of money, my boy. This is how these white people really be getting these niggas, bro. They don't know, we don't know fucking math worth a damn. So like, when it comes to percentages, we think shit's small. Like, oh, 20%, that's not bad. Bro, add that up for, like, make a couple hits. Boy, those earnings add up like a bitch.
It wasn't a really bad contract, considering J-Law gave him a career and a real shot. And to their surprise, just a couple of weeks later, a tweet tweeting Mario Judah's music went viral. viral. The memes went crazy, and so did the views on the Die Very Rough music video, getting hundreds of thousands of views daily. And Mario Judah seemed to be making a name for himself. During this time, he began getting label offers.
I'm sorry, I gotta say, I'm a big boy, big baby, I'm a lion, I'm a predator. Okay.
Actual money offer was 50
I had to get out of my system. He wasn't gonna play the song, chat. He wasn't gonna play the song.
Like 3 other songs. Honestly, we kind of laughed at it and was like, nah, that's not enough. But looking back,
the second deal was a bit more interesting. The label offered Mario $300,000, $100,000 advance, $100K marketing budget, and $100K for a ski mask feature and a Cole Bennett video, along with a Rolling Loud performance.
was from one of the many branches at Atlantic, because there's tons of them. It was $100,000 promised that Cole Bennett would shoot a video and Ski Mask the Slump God would get on the Die Very
That would be
Rough
hard.
remix.
J-Law later learned they lied about many details of the contract, and the deal was very aggressive, retaining most of Mario's music and forcing Mario to drop 2 EPs, about 10 to 15 songs. So after taxes and J-Law's 25%, Mario would barely make money. 40K. So his manager told Mario, hey, let's not take the deal. I'm sure something better will come up. And Mario agreed. However, the next day, Mario was nowhere to be found. And ever since then, Mario and his ex-manager J-Law have never spoke. What happened?
Wow.
It turned out Mario was desperate. He flew to LA that night and signed that deal. So he secretly left and never spoke a word to J-Law. But you see, Mario never got a Cole Bennett video or a Ski Mask feature. He did get to hang out with DJ Scheme though, and perform at Rolling Loud. Mario's interview with Drewski went ultra viral, and he was just so out of pocket and funny. Even Drewski was like, what's wrong with this guy? But the clip catapulted Mario to another level of fame, or level of clout, I should say. Lil Uzi began tweeting him, and for a second, it looked like Mario had actually made the right choice, as although the contract was horrible, it may have been worth it because of all the publicity he was getting. Mario was a master at marketing, and pretty soon, he would become a household name in rap. At the time, Playboi Carti was on the verge of dropping his long-awaited album, Whole Lotta Red.
I swear that better not be.
I
swear that. Yeah, a little malfunction, guys. We're back to the video.
Playboi Carti saying if Carti didn't drop Whole Lotta Red, Mario would do it himself.
Playboi Carti! Where's Whole Lotta Red, bro? We want Whole Lotta Red! If it's not here and delivered to the world before December 6th, I will drop it myself. Drop it now!
And started previewing his own Whole Lotta Red songs, which was just Mario rapping on Whole Lotta Red beats. But
I ain't gonna lie. They were hard too. I ain't gonna lie. They were hard too. I ain't gonna lie.
Here's the kicker. A lot of those songs were self-produced by Mario and engineered by Mario. Mario actually had talent. And when he dropped his Playboi Carti type songs, fans were actually like, yo, the song being a clone aside, this dude's actually pretty good. Yeah. So the Carti fanbase began treating Mario like he was their messiah and leading the fight against Carti to drop music. He was getting so much attention, fans began speculating that Carti's label hired him to promote their music. But later, people from Carti's camp began dissing Mario. Ken Carson tweeted, F Mario Judah, and Carti's hairstyle.
Wow, Ken Carson, you did him like that? He's really no different than you, my nigga. I mean, he's a big difference. But you get what I'm saying, like he got talent, my boy. What you hating on?
Said, stop glazing. In fact, something very unfortunate which Mario didn't foresee is that Carti was signed to the same label Mario was signed to. And after Carti's album went #1, he was definitely a much bigger priority over Mario. So to them, it was a very easy decision to shelve him over Carti, who may have had his management speak to those at Atlantic to have Mario silenced or shelved because that's just how Carti operates, which was not great for Mario. But Mario did stick to his word and drop his own Whole Lotta Red. But once Carti dropped his album, Mario's album aged horribly, and fans began viewing Mario's album as cheap and just another antic. And the majority of his top songs are from that knockoff Whole Lotta Red album. So he didn't focus on his own music, but chose the meme route instead. To me, this is where his downfall began, as the joke of Whole Lotta Red took over Mario Judah's brand.
I'm dropping Whole Lotta Red Deluxe for you. And so then the joke, it took over his whole brand. So when he pitched himself for the freshman, one of the top accolades that he had was Big Yeah and Whole Lotta Red. And the fact that somebody else's album is at the top accolades of your career, that's when you know you done f***ed up.
But at the time, no one realized this, and Mario, he still had more in the tank. He decided to pull up on his cheating ex-girlfriend on Instagram Live.
And she took my f***ing heart, and you know what the f*** she did with it? She f***ing tore it! Oh, stop the car, bro, stop the car. Hell no, bro. You serious? This right here. What the fuck? Are you?
Y'all should have saw that image back there. It was like right here. It said, "Nibba, I'm a lion." Y'all wild.
Everyone thought this was real, but
Nibba,
later
I'm
he
a
admitted it was fake.
Wow.
I take things to a different level, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna act out a situation, point of view, and so that it could hit.
So I was bamboozled, but it's okay though because I was young at the time, so I didn't really know what was real or fake on the internet. Anyways, this was like what 3-4 years ago.
Everybody, and they could think that everything is real and that everything is happening, so that everybody can be sad about it and be like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And then hit them with the message. The message being, you don't cheat, because things like this can happen.
But again, what?
And it was all a marketing gimmick to promote his new song, I Can Love You, a rock rap song. But the song didn't even go viral. And after March of 2021, Mario Judah disappeared for a couple of months.
Y'all saw that girl, right? She was kind of bad though.
But later that year, a song of Mario's leaked called I Miss the Rage, a play on Trippie Redd's snippet Miss the Rage.
This one went
and
off.
At the time, fans thought it was a collab with him and Trippie Redd, especially after he tweeted I'm Mr. Rage and Good Morning Ragers. It really seemed like it would drop, and Trippie Redd even posted a video of him listening to Mario's song. But eventually, the real version dropped, and it was with, hey, Playboi Carti, becoming probably one of the most memorable rap records in the past couple of years. Trippie Redd had also said that Mario wasn't on the song, but everyone just ignored him.
Man, what the f? Hey, Mario Judah is not on Mr. Rage. Stop saying.
And if you go to the Mario Judah version, the comments are overwhelmingly positive. People actually like the song, so it sucks that we didn't see much from him afterwards. That was in May of 2021, and since then, he's completely faded out of relevance. He hasn't posted or said anything or done anything other than dropping.
This nigga got a tattoo on his face, bro. So now you can't even work at Walmart, boy. You look crazy as hell. I mean, you can, but it's just like, bro, who gonna take you? Who wants to buy anything or be suggested to get anything from you with that shit on your face, bro? You should have just
a music video with no promotion. He might have been able to reignite his career, but Mario was about to see the ugly side of the music industry. In a Discord call, Mario explained his new management sucked.
I had this manager.
Damn.
That was man, I ain't even gonna get into that, bro.
Not his old manager, J Law. This was his new manager, who his old manager tried to protect him from. His new manager was allegedly messing Mario's career up and tried to control him. Mario's old manager was Lil Sky's videographer, and for many others. He had industry experience, but wasn't industry, and most importantly, had Mario's best intentions at heart. A perfect combination.
That's what I think, and he, since he got out of my situation so easily, I think that maybe he thought he could do
my
it.
nigga, but you took 25%. Like, I don't want to hear about you had the best heart for the nigga if you're taking half his, like, not half, but quarter of half his bread. Like, the fuck? If you had best interest in his heart, you would just ask for 15%. 15 to 10% at best. Because at least you know you're not ripping him. 25% is crazy. 25% is crazy.
Again, and he signed something, and then
I don't care what you tell me.
It wasn't exactly what he wanted.
Mario's newer people, they didn't care about him. It was their way or no way. And from Mario's hiatus, it was clear which route he had taken. After that, Mario dropped an NFT project, and people didn't even blame him for the scam. It was just clear he was very broke and needed money. There were supposed to be perks, but nothing ever popped up. And in the Discord call, he didn't really have an answer.
Saying y'all, I gotta talk to y'all about that soon, man. It ain't really what it seems right now.
And to the way he was speaking in the call, it was clear he had lost the sparkle in his eye that he had when he first came into the industry.
You know, we about to record our side with it. We just found somebody who we finna record, finna get a hit made, you know what I mean? Table, you know what I'm saying? We finna record right here, outside. You see that? First, do it. Found my man. I don't even know him, bro.
What's crazy is it only took like a year for Mario to get thrown out and sent back to the road. Other artists have had label issues. Megan Thee Stallion spoke about label issues, Lil Uzi did, but they spoke out against it and tried to do something, and they were much bigger. Mario didn't even try and went a year without posting, and when he did, he posted a tweet that seemed to be reassuring himself, which basically just showed that he was not in a great mental state. In September of 2023, Mario Judah made a post with some crazy hair. It reminds me of The Weeknd back during Kissland, and told everyone,
it's kind of hard. For a big nigga, y'all need to start getting on this. Don't do all the color shit, you feel me? Because y'all, first of all, y'all won't even be able to keep it up. Like, y'all don't protect y'all hair worth a damn, nor clean it. Dandruff flying everywhere.
everyone they needed to get baptized and was just showing everyone his faith. He returned with a very weird video of him with overgrown dreads, facial hair, and a menacing stare. That's it. And fans just thought he lost it. It was like we blinked and Mario Judah was gone, which led to fans asking, what the F happened to Mario Judah? There were even articles being written about his disappearance. Which brings us to today, where most of the fans just look back on his stint as one of the funniest 15 seconds of fame in the music industry.
That's facts.
Which is a shame because of how much work Mario Judah put in.
He put in, literally, if y'all haven't noticed, he put in more work than Ugly God. Ugly God, he would just be himself. And he's still getting hundreds of K. You know what I'm saying? My man got stripped of half his money because of all the managers he dealt with, the labels that were trying to take the money out of him. So really, this boy is actually fucking broke. Like, niggas broke.
Side of the street,
But he did a lot more though.
Homeless people on the side of the street. Like anybody who walked next to me, you was gonna record on the side of the street with me, and I was gonna make the beat.
Yeah,
for it.
passion.
I just really wanted it bad, so it's a blessing.
They stripped that bitch.
I started gaining a lot of weight because I wouldn't go outside.
Oh, you did? Couldn't notice.
Like any exercise. That's how much I was sitting down, being productive, making beats. So when people make like jokes or whatever like that, I laugh at it, and I'm kind of like glad that they say that because they don't know why I got this big or I got this fat because I was sitting down every day making beats, working myself, but not going outside.
He really sacrificed everything. So what happened? I think this fan on Reddit said it best. Mario Judah had incredible potential with his career before he disappeared. I'm not joking. He had fantastic vocal range and even sounds like a completely different person in some of his songs. I know everybody thinks he's cringe after seeing the Die Very Rough music video, but they're disregarding all of his other work. He also fits into his genre of music perfectly.
He made his own lane. As much as it was very close to Cardi's at the time, he had a different sound and even a different type of music compared to a lot of artists at the time. So
voice just has that aggressive tone to it, amplifying this hybrid of horrorcore and hip-hop. He's hardly active on Spotify now, only collaborating with a few small artists occasionally. Had he pursued his independent career further, he could have 100% blown up. To me, what's really sad about artists like Mario Judah and Ugly God is in today's day and age, breaking artists in the industry is extremely hard. It's actually the hardest thing to do. And artists like Ugly God and Mario Judah did it themselves and had fans gravitate towards their personalities organically. So it sucks that even after breaking into the industry, they were still spit out. The last rapper on this list is Kid Boo. If you were a fan of SoundCloud,
I'll be honest, I don't even want to watch this nigga. I might skip this one, my guys. Cause this is a nigga I only saw like for a split second. Like I didn't even give a fuck about his music. All I saw was he was on Val. He was on Val. I call that nigga Val. He is on Vlad, and he was talking about he was a clone. That said enough for me, like to not even watch this shit. But
rap back in the day, this guy was everywhere. Not everywhere, but he was around. And it wasn't because he was a good rapper. He was just one of the most bizarre rappers around. He would say the craziest stuff and was just a really weird guy. And behind it all, he had somewhat of a push. But today, he is non-existent and no longer goes by Kid Boo. Completely fallen off. At his peak, he was getting millions of views. So what happened? How did this interesting character go from garnering millions of views, disappear so fast? Hailing from New Jersey, Kid Boo was born in 1988. So he was very old, which he attempted to keep a secret. In 2006, when he was 17 years old, Kid Boo had a kid, and in 2008 was arrested when he did something super messed up.
He looked like a 30-year-old nigga that fucking robs and takes children at night. What are you saying?
Up to his girlfriend, or baby mama I should say at the time, in front of their child. He was charged with multiple charges, and it's unknown how he spent his 20s, reportedly selling toys and making a bunch of money after his 2-year jail stint. However, he wanted to erase his past and make people think he was younger than he was. So he cut off his childhood friends, deleted his social media, and moved to Toronto, allegedly to dodge child support. However, his first persona wasn't Kid Boo. It was Humongous the God. Yeah, really good name. His strategy was to emulate rappers who were already successful, and he tried to copy Travis Scott, Tory Lanez, and even managed to get a Migos feature before they were as big as they are today, even getting them to appear in the music video, which was probably like $50,000. He just tried everything hoping for something to work, and didn't have an original bone in his body. For example, he used to pay to go on radio shows, and at release parties he would host himself. He paid models to dance around him and paid extras because he had no fans, which honestly just makes me feel bad for him. At that point, he realized what he was doing wasn't working and completely changed his image, as well as his name, to what he's most famously known for, or as Kid Boo. He took a more thoughtful and tasteful image this time, colorful hair, face tattoos, nail polish, and that whole streetwear rapper aesthetic. that was really popular in 2017 with like dreads and stuff. And just like Lil Pump, he would do lame stunts on Instagram as well. At first, he started buying followers all the way up to 100,000, but in 2018, he actually began gaining an organic following. His silly gimmicks began catching on, and people began getting infatuated with the whole Kid Buu character of his. He released multiple songs on Worldstar that did pretty well, some even getting millions of views. But Kid Buu's real big break was when he was on Vlad TV and was interviewed. He basically said he was a second generation clone and that he escaped from a cloning facility. He made up an intricate story saying his chest tattoos were actually symbols from the cloning facility he was held hostage in, and the whole thing was really cringe.
I was cloned by Clonate in Canada.
I don't want to watch anymore, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I might have to. Y'all better like this video, my boy, because I'm so close to just clicking X on this nigga, bro. Like, y'all don't even know the
Canada. My model number is 0112568. If anyone wants to see the registration and Clonate.
Okay. So then you ended up in...
Since before escaping, I read that the mother was Puerto Rican and I guess the father's surrogate, you could say, was a sperm.
But despite how cringe it was, the stunt was huge and got him so much exposure, and today it's what people really know him for, sitting at 3 million views. And just like his peers in the clout rap scene, he had plenty of stunts. He used an editing trick to make it look like he was with his clone. He paid Black China to be his girlfriend. He attempted to beef with Trippie Redd and just got roasted, which I'll get into later. But despite all of the clout chasing activities, for a while, things were going pretty well for him. He modeled for OVO, hung out with Trippie Redd, collabed with Ski Mask, and Smoke Perp. But Kid Buu's weird behavior did finally catch up to him. He started behaving weirdly, going back to his old ways, doing things like putting a tracker under Adam 22's car because he wouldn't give him an interview and more. So after all these shenanigans, people eventually started catching on and stopped taking him seriously. He began getting clowned on and just became a joke. Even Ricegum clowned on him. All these weird details started coming out, and his past would slowly get uncovered. The first big expose came from his girlfriend at the time, who made a huge expose talking about how he was abusive, controlling, manipulative, and lied to her.
Good job. That's what you get, bitch. That's how you stop a nigga. Either get a kid with him or just throw an allegation at him when he's like at his lowest. Kick him where he needs to. There you go. Good shit.
Saying he was 10 years younger than he was, and about the fact that he had a child. The funniest thing was he said that he made no money from his music and he just injected money into it to make it seem like he was living a certain lifestyle.
It looked like he put a lot of money into, but the music itself wasn't good.
Now chat, would y'all?
I mean, it was honestly terrible, and that was one of the things that kind of held me back. I was like, ugh, I have to support this guy's music, and I don't even like...
I would, chat. I would. I ain't gonna lie. I would. Her voice is nice. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm not even saying that because he's my ex now. Didn't like it at the time.
It turned out he got a nose job and was a 30-year-old, and in his past career even paid DJ Khaled to do a whole project with him. After that, Buu thought beefing with other rappers would revive his career. Spoiler alert, it didn't, and just dug him into a deeper hole. He tried beefing with Nav by re-uploading audio on a 2-year-old track with a copy of one of Nav's songs and then claimed that Nav copied him. Nav never even addressed it, but his best friend Lil Uzi had his back. Apparently, Kid Buu wanted to get into a party, so Uzi invited everyone that was with Kid Buu and told him the only condition was that they had to ditch Kid Buu, which is pretty funny. When Kid Buu asked him why on Twitter, Uzi explained it was for stealing Nav's song. It didn't stop there. Although Trippie Redd and Kid Buu were originally friends, Buu and him fell out after Trippie Redd wouldn't make a song with him, which if you ever listen to a Kid Buu song, if you haven't, just keep it that way. You know why. They fell out because Trippie Redd allegedly stole a song from Kid Buu. According to Kid Buu, he showed Trippie Redd a song of his, and then Trippie Redd liked it so much, he told Buu, yo, wait, and I'll put a verse on it. He then remade the song and dropped it, allegedly. Trippie Redd told a different story and said that the beat was made in 2018 and Kid Buu really wanted to be on the song, but Trippie didn't let him because...
The beat was made in 2018, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted to be on the song, but I kicked him off the song because he was so damn trash. I gave him the address.
Don't even get no clown no attention, bro. Don't get no
hey,
clown
look,
niggas no
hey,
attention.
Look, I ain't giving him no attention. This is the last time I'm gonna ever speak on this.
Juice WRLD even chimed in and told Trippie not to give him any attention.
That's
he had a
facts,
lot more
Juice.
L's too. Boo tried to get a Cole Bennett video. In Toronto, he got his chain stolen, and he tried to make the XXL list, but didn't make the cut. It was just embarrassment after embarrassment and L after L. And ever since then, Kid Boo has been trying every trick in the book, but nothing's been working. In 2020, Kid Boo was caught copying Playboi Carti pictures completely, down to the pose and outfit, which I don't know what he was thinking. Like, it's very easy to catch.
Oh my goodness, my boy. You're talking about a guy that has an identity crisis, like this is there, and it doesn't fit. It already fits. The shoe already fits enough, my boy, because he's in his 30s as well. It's like, my boy, midlife crisis on a A1.
That. In 2021, Kid Boo was caught faking RIAA certifications, lying that multiple songs of his went platinum. The Photoshop was horrendous as well. It was just unbelievable. Currently, he's trying to fake being a part of Carti's label, releasing his Pink Planet album, where he completely rips off Lil Uzi, and self-releasing it under Opium Records. And I could just keep listing the L's, but I'm gonna...
I'm not even gonna go back, but if y'all saw, he's not worth going back to, but if y'all saw the titles of his songs, bro, I fuck with Jesus.
Stop there. And finally, in 2023, Kid Boo admitted he lied about the clone stuff. Yeah, no one was shocked, buddy. Today, Kid Boo still posts on his YouTube, but he's fallen off the face of the planet and posts vlogs trying to show he's an active father, which I guess is cool. To me, it seems like Kid Boo had some sort of trauma, as he was 19 when he went to jail for a couple of years, and they say you stay the same age of your trauma. It seems like he did something, which I'm really curious about, to get all the money he did to fund his music career, sacrificing his youth on top of the jail stint he had. So he was trying to relive his youth by becoming a rapper, getting a nose job, hanging out with girls 10 years younger than him, and lying about his age, of course. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but he had it coming. It's mostly just funny though. Overall, I see this as just one big lesson. In anything, if you start off as a joke, you're gonna stay a joke and end as a joke. That doesn't apply to just meme rappers either. It's very rare that someone can transition from a meme to having a serious career, and if they do, they have to drop the meme aesthetic completely. Take Pink Guy and Filthy Frank, for example. When Filthy Frank / Pink Guy became Joji, he had to get rid of that persona for
quick
good.
did a bit. That nigga went from all types of weird, crazy stuff to straight, I don't want you no more. That boy went straight normal. Like, I couldn't even tell the difference. I was like, who's this nigga on the song? They're like, that's Joji. I was like, hold on, this is the dude I swear I could have sworn I saw him somewhere. Like, boy.
Point where Emas the Slum God didn't even realize that Joji was Pink Guy or Filthy Frank when he met in person. Others like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp, who weren't meme rappers but used a lot of gimmicks, also fell off. But at the end of the day, my advice would be to stay away from this type of stuff as much as possible and as far as possible. Of course, making a joke or being lighthearted and funny is cool, but it's best not to make your actual work, your craft, a joke, if that makes sense, because that's just how people are going to treat it. Anyways, that's it for this video. My name's Rashad Fashir. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry, I can't do no more. But yeah, that'll be it for today, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what else for y'all want to have.